What's going on YouTube? Jeff Williams here. If it's your first time here, I want to say welcome. If you've been here before, I want to say welcome back. It is early February. This is something we normally don't get in Buffalo. The weather is absolutely beautiful. You saw in the previous video that I was out on poetry in Christmas Day of 2023. And now here in February, we got another nice riding day on a Saturday before the Super Bowl. Absolutely beautiful. So Free and I are going to get together. We're going to take these bikes out. We're going to get our first ride of 2024. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that. And at the same time, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a channel update and tell you about the things that are soon to be coming with the channel, some of the things that we've gotten done. And I want to also tell you about some of the things that you can expect to see in this 2024 season. So let's start with the upgrades that I have already done and the upgrades that are still to come. I'll show you clips of this video when I first bought poetry, my first 20 miles on the bike. I'm gonna bring you into a little bit of that and then cut back into scenes from here today. One of the first things I talked about was the audio, and I thought it definitely needed to be boosted. It's not every day that I go and pick up a 2022 Harley Davidson Road Glide Limited. Woo-wee! I will definitely say this right now. My first impressions of this first 20 miles, the music will have to be boosted. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to have to deal with that. It's going to have to be addressed. I can hear it. I can definitely hear it. I want to be able to hear it and be like, damn, I got to turn that down. So I did go ahead and do the upgraded audio system with the Rockford Fosgate system.
Hey folks, so I'm here with Jeff, man. He just got this new Road Glide Limited from us last summer. We can't thank him enough for that, but now he's back for some sweet stereo upgrades. Had to get those tunes rocking. So we'll start off with the bass setup. We got Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 front and rear speakers in the fairing. Single amp that's gonna drive those. Killer wattage, fantastic sound. Bluetooth connectability to your phone to adjust your EQ settings. Also added fairing lower speakers. So yes, liquid cooled. Yes, stage 2, separate amp. Gonna drive those speakers.
So those are those stock pipes. Not impressed. Not impressed. The second thing that I talked about when I first bought this bike was the exhaust system. It had a stock exhaust on it, and I went ahead and changed that out for the Comb Works. What's the next thing I talked about was storage. I do love all this extra space back here. I will definitely say that, and I do love the fact that I came out here with my laptop bag, and I'm going back with it, and it's not strapped to my body. Something I normally could not do. So the storage hasn't really changed on this bike at all. Obviously, it still has the full saddlebags on the top. It has the king size touring pack on the back. It has the two little pockets up in the front fairing. Love all the storage that's on here. The next thing that I talked about on my ride coming home from my very first ride in this bike, I was talking about the comfort of this bike. So as far as comfort, first 20 miles on this bike, very comfortable. I mean, the sitting aspect, I'm sitting straight up. I'm still trying to get used to the foot controls because where my foot is actually sitting, it's near pretty much near the end of the boards here, the footboards, and my foot is actually underneath the brake. So when I need to get the brake, I actually have to pull my foot back and then reach up and then go forward again and then press. And Is this something I got to be aware of, not to put my foot so far forward? You know, coming off of a CBR sport bike and also my Victory Hammer 8-ball, the footing is a little bit different. And when I was riding, I really noticed that my legs were on fire for my first few rides. So I did have these extenders put on here. That actually brings these parts out farther. There's an extender on the other side as well. It brings this away from the bike a little bit more. Same thing on the other side. Extenders were put in to just bring this out away from the engine a little bit more. Keep my leg a little bit farther from the engine. It was, I mean, not only did I feel that I was a little pushed in, but I felt like my legs had to be a little bit closer than I normally would like to have them as I rode. The other parts of comfort, handlebars. When I sat on it in the showroom, I felt okay with it. I could probably hand these handlebars as a tad bit higher, just a tad bit higher, I'm thinking. But either way, it's not horrible. I'm not uncomfortable with it. These are, yes, still the stock handlebars that are on there. I was thinking about getting them new handlebars more for the aesthetic of the bike, but the more I'm taking these longer rides, I'm starting to get that burn in between the shoulders. These handlebars just need to come up a little bit. They need to be, I don't know if I'm going to just try to get them raised up a little bit first or just get longer handlebars, but I have not done anything with the handlebars. It's not a major problem right now because this bike does have cruise control, so if my hand gets tired up here and my shoulders start to hurt, I can put it on cruise and let my arm down and relax the shoulder a little bit. You know, you can always let your left hand down while you're riding, so that's one of the things that I'm looking at. It can possibly be my next phase of upgrades to this bike. It's not something I necessarily have to have done right now, so I'm thinking I'm going to put that off until, I don't know, maybe into the next year. The back part, I know they sell a aftermarket backrest, and maybe for a longer trip, so that, you know, I can definitely feel that, you know, I thought this little hump that's on the seat right now would be enough, but it really doesn't hit that spot where you'd be able to, you know, kind of lean back on the backrest and get more comfortable. But for a stock seat, and I understanding that stock seats are not great, and, you know, I'm gonna really enjoy a aftermarket seat. But for a stock seat, I'd probably give this like a 6, maybe 6 or a 7. I don't think it's horrible. The next item that I talked about was possibly a backrest for the seat. As you can see, I went a different direction with the seat. I did replace it with a Saddleman seat. It's bigger than my Victory Hammer. I mean, while I'm sitting on this, I can definitely feel the difference. I feel even the tank. My Victory Hammer tank isn't as wide, so I do feel that my legs are a little bit wider than they normally are on my Hammer. But man, this thing is smooth. It is smooth like butter. Next thing I talked about on this bike was the size. Obviously, nothing's changed on the size of it. It's still the exact same size of this bike that I originally got it. As far as the suspension, that's another one like the handlebars. I've done nothing with it. I don't really have a high agenda to get that item done. Some of the other things that I didn't talk about having done in that video, but I did have done, I did go with the integrated turn signal and light, turn them in LEDs. They turn amber. I did get the fillers here along the light, along the headlight here. Same thing, they flash in sequence with the turn signals. They turn amber when they're turn signals, and they stay white when they are just running lights. One of the things that I did when I was talking about the foot adjustments is I did add the highway pegs as well. I did have the filler lights put in on the back, and these are also turn signals as well. I turned out the red light that was here into the smoked out rear piece here that wraps around. Those are all LEDs now. I do not have any more analog lights on the bike. One of the things I really can't show you right now that I do have on this bike is the lights, LED lights. Yeah, I might have seen them in other rides that I've had them. They're on flashing red right now. Very difficult to see during the daytime, but let me see if I can show you. They go all the way back underneath the bike as well. And I think that wraps up everything that I've had done to this bike. Now let's get into what is still to come for this bike. Some of the things that I have already ordered and that are here. I did order the custom dynamic lights that go down here in the lower fairing. They pretty much act just like the lights up here on the top. The filler lights next to the headlights, those will be down here on the bottom, and will just be extra lights to let oncoming traffic know that I am turning. More flashing lights toward the front should hopefully grab their attention. Another item that I got for during the Christmas break that's going to be going on the bike this year is this here tank bra. This will be the next item that goes onto the bike as well. So this is the Clockworks 15-inch windshield. I got the 15-inch one because that's the same size that's on this on the Poetry right now. I love the wind protection that I got, so I did go ahead and get the same wind protection for this Clockworks one. It's just smoked out, basically. Getting ready to clear one, putting a smoked one out there. And the next piece that I have ordered already, and I can't even show you right now because I had it delivered directly to the dealership, is I did get the insert for the subwoofer in the saddlebag. That's what's missing, was that base. That base was missing. So I do have a subwoofer that's going to be going in here this summer as well. So those are the upgrades that are going on Poetry. Tell me what you think about them. Is this something that you would do for yourself? Have you already gotten some of these things? What's your thoughts on them? What I really like to hear about is the Clockworks windshield, because I was wondering if I could have gone shorter because of that little upswing that they have. Could have gone maybe 2 inches shorter and I'd still have the same protection. I wasn't sure, so I did go with the same, like 10-inch or 12-inch, whatever one that comes stock on the bike. I got the exact same height on this one. From there, there's not many things more that I want to do to Poetry. Maybe finish out stage 1, maybe go to a stage 2 on the motor. Not quite sure. I would love to have a 117 there.